If you're in your 20s and you feel unhappy and confused about life, this video is for you. Here's what I mean. If you're unhappy and confused about your love life, I don't know if I should be with this person. Who should I be with? Do I want love, etc. Work, I'm unhappy with my salary. I don't like my company. Should I go find a new job, etc. Life, I don't know what step to take next. I just feel really lost. Friendships, I don't know if I should be friends with them. They don't make me feel better, but I trust them. But do I trust them? If these questions are questions that flood your brain and you're in your 20s, this video is for you.
When people don't think they in relationships with their friends, I'm like, what do you think a friendship is? That's y'all problem now. Y'all don't know how to be good people, good listeners, good partners, good friends, whatever, until you get in a relationship with a man. But you was sucking as a friend for the longest time.
Hello, everyone. I'm Madison Pina. Welcome back to Madison Pina Media, where we've got top-notch production, a totally real studio audience, or it's just me, a mic, a camera, and most importantly, you. I'm so glad you're here. So today, what we're going to be talking about is the problems that adults have regarding friendships. I'm sure you've seen this on social media. It's something people talk about a lot, or it's something that you've experienced in real life. I mean, being an adult and finding friends is something that can be really hard. As an adult, it's not always easy to make those lifelong friends that you would call sisters. Not just the ones that you would call to go out to eat or go out to brunch. Now, I'm not saying those type of friendships are bad. They're definitely necessary, but I think that we can do better and be better friends. So without further ado, let's talk about it. When we're in high school and college, we tell our friends everything and we go everywhere together. We graduate and we feel like it's going to be that way forever. But then we think to ourselves, when's the last time I've heard from so-and-so? A big problem I see is that people are so quick to place you in a box of low maintenance or a high maintenance friend. Now, what does that even mean? What really is a low maintenance friendship? Now, the thing is that term is very subjective and everyone sees it differently. But one definition is the kind of bond where you can go days or weeks without talking, and when you reconnect, it feels like no time has passed. Now, I'm not mad at this. I get it. As a society, we're busy and we don't have time to check in with our friends that often. So there have been a lot of people on social media talking about this, so let's take a look.
I have zero tolerance for friendships that when I don't talk to them or when we're distant, it's an attitude. It's a problem. This is life, baby. People are going through shit. And it's like, you have to have people around you who understand that. I don't have time to explain this. I don't even understand what's going on with me. I don't understand what's going on with my family. I don't understand what's going on with my finances. I don't understand what's going on with my love life. I don't understand what's going on with my relationship with God. I do not have time for friends who are going to pull down even more. I don't have anything in my cup right now. If you cannot love me and be understanding at my lowest point, we cannot be friends.
I feel like I could understand the situation where your cup is just empty. I'm an understanding person, so I definitely get it, where you're at the point where you're like, so-and-so hasn't responded, I hope they're doing okay. Or even on the flip side where you're like, okay, I don't feel like talking right now, I'll respond to them later. It definitely happens.
Low maintenance friends make life so much easier. Like, listen, I'm not trying to be texting, talking, FaceTiming, Snapchatting, all the other shit all fucking day, every day. We gonna link up here and there, check on each other here and there. Other than that, let's keep it pushing. We grown. People got shit to do, bills to pay. Trying to keep the house clean, trying to, you know what I mean? Take a shower, do my skincare. I'm busy. Stop taking it personal. If I didn't text you back, I didn't call you back, it's nothing against you, bitch. We not 16. We f***ing grown. I probably saw your text and then got busy. That's all it was. I still love you. And that's what I'm saying. What's understood should not have to be explained. I'm getting too over that shit. Please. Let's be low maintenance friends. That's what I want.
That is actually hilarious. But I do think that if you have communicated with your friends like, hey, I'm going to be busy, then who can be mad at that? The problem is when you don't communicate and then there's beef, there's hidden animosity. It's like, are we good? Are we not? Because you didn't communicate. So that's kind of where the issues lie. Okay, so the next creator we're going to look at, she made this video where she was saying that she was going to be free June 1st. That's kind of the only time that she's free in the next couple weeks. So let's take a look.
Yeah, 19 years, almost 20 years we've been best friends. And This girl, I can go literally weeks, months without talking to her, and everything's still fine. Everything is still fine between the two of us, and we just pick up where we left off. And that's the reason that our friendship has survived, because we both understand that we're both busy, we have our own lives, we have a lot of things going on, and we just, get lost in the sauce, and neither of us gets upset about the other one like forgetting to respond, but because you're gonna call the other person back and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, hey, I haven't talked to you in X amount of time, what's going on, let's catch up, let's see each other, so that's exactly what I'm saying here is like, if you are one of those people who's very codependent with their friends, I'm telling you that those friendships don't always last long. I am really telling you that from like personal experience. The only friendships that have lasted the test of time are literally my low maintenance friendships. Those are the only ones, because these girls understand that I'm busy, and I understand that they're busy, and we make time for each other, and we love each other all the same, even if we don't see each other all the time. So that's it. Anyways.
For me, it even gets to a point where I'm like, is this a low maintenance friendship, or is it just realistic? Like, she's not leaving her friend undelivered. She's not ghosting them. She's just saying, hey, June 1st is when I'm going to be available. Let's get together then, or let's catch up. She's planning in advance, and then she's checking in when she can. If that's what a low maintenance friendship is, again, I'm not mad at it. So with this video, a creator took to TikTok to voice their frustrations with this video.
Y'all, I promise, I think you swear that as you get older, only...
I'm trying to tell the story without crying, but I just find it a little disturbing, the rise of telling people that they need to maintain low maintenance friendships, especially when we are confusing the definition of friendship with acquaintances. Because the reality is community is necessary. We need community, we crave community. And I'm not saying that, romantic relationships don't matter, familial relationships don't matter, but like those are relationships that participate in your community. But you need a communal circle to rally around you. I'm trying to tell the story without crying, so if I cry, it is what it is. I'm a Cancer. But when I was a kid, my parents got divorced when I was 5, or split when I was 5. It took them like 8 years to actually get divorced, but my parents split when I was 5. And when you go through divorce and the division of assets and attorneys, you lose a lot of money. That's just keeping it a buck. And so between getting divorced, then the 2008 crash happened. My mom had to give up her company because she had a really terrible business partner. Things just kept unraveling in the worst way. And so we went from having a really lavish lifestyle, which, I'm blessed that I've experienced having everything, and then having absolutely nothing. I think it's given me a good worldview. So anyways, long story short, my sister just walked in the house. So Christmas is coming around, and there's nothing in the pot for gifts. And I swear, literally, it felt like every 5 minutes, one of my mom's friends was ringing the doorbell with a gift in hand and bringing foods. We would have Christmas dinner, gifts, computers, like anything you can think of that a child of that age would want and also need was being brought to the door by my mom's friends, because my mom has had relationships, some of them is like over 60 years. And those friends that were high maintenance friendships, people who genuinely took time to get to know each other, love on each other, support each other during their highs and lows, check in with each other regularly, and develop a level of platonic intimacy, were the people that kept us afloat. And this idea that community and high maintenance friendships and quality friendships don't matter is really damaging, because if it wasn't for God and those genuine friendships of people who were there through thick and thin, who had our back through thick and thin, who prayed over us when we didn't have anything in the bank, like who paid the car note, paid the mortgage, paid uniforms, paid school tuition to make sure that we had access to quality resources so that way we can have the same opportunities as the people around us, I would not be here. Amen, girl. So this idea that these relationships don't matter and undermining them will contribute to your success is a lie. And I'm living testament that genuine friendship, those high maintenance friendships, not only will it carry you, but it'll also carry your children.
This is my problem with low maintenance friendship, and honestly the real reason why I think that the term is a myth. I feel like putting your friends in a box of low maintenance or high maintenance automatically makes them feel like too much or too little, which where's the balance? Like, why are those your friends if they're doing too much or doing too little? In this situation, if her mom only had friends that she barely checked in with and like, hey girl, let's get together in a month, I don't know if those friends would necessarily be there in moments like that where she really needed them to support her and her family, like to really help them out and get them through tough times. You know what I'm saying?
Let's normalize calling people out for being bad friends. Let's normalize not having one-side friendships, because I feel like people fail to realize just because you're a busy person does not give you the room to not text back, to not call back, to not reach out, to not communicate anything. I think I learned in 2024 the biggest thing is people that want to will, people that don't want to won't. Like, I have dropped like 10-year plus friendships that I swore were like actually meaningful to me because it was not reciprocated. And that doesn't mean I'm a bad friend. That means the people I swore were close to would not reach out if I wasn't the one reaching out to them. And I think that's a really hard pill to swallow, but bad friends are so common, and people are just desperate for friendships that they just allow people to treat them like that.
Yeah, it gets easier to make up excuses for people because that's, to be honest, the easier route. But sometimes it's like, okay, you're not a good friend. Like, what am I doing in this friendship? Like, you're just not giving enough. It's not working.
Or she can't answer a text or she can't answer a call, is because she's trying to build her dream life too.
There is no such thing as high maintenance friendships. And I find it so funny how women who talk about high maintenance friendships, not talking about the creator in question, they have enough time to be involved in a situationship that's going on 2+ years. They have time to beg a man, not once, not twice, not thrice, multiple times to come back in her life. Yet when it comes to maintaining friendships, all of a sudden when they are standards, people are labeled as that's the high maintenance friend, or you need a lot in a friendship. Let me be very honest with you. In life, the seed that does not get watered does not see the light of day. Things that have value to you, you will invest in. You will invest in them. And you don't necessarily have to invest in them daily. It doesn't even have to be weekly, but there should be a type of routine and consistency that we as women have in our friendships. And we know we can do it. Why? Because I see how women of this generation chase men. Yeah, let's talk about it. It's not like we as women don't have energy to maintain relationships. We do. Because I see how much women invest in the wrong type of relationships. If we're talking about romantic relationships, women have all the energy all of a sudden. When it comes to friendships, all of a sudden, people have amnesia when it comes to birthdays, special occasions, etc. And if you're the type of person who's going to say, well, oh, I'm just the type of friend who I don't need to talk to you too often, but if we meet once a year, it's like time never passes. That is not a friendship. That's a dumping site. How do you meet once a year as a friend or a friend group? That's when you guys all dump what's happened to you the last year, and you call that maintaining a friendship. That's traumatic. No, it don't make sense to me. As women, we need to decenter romantic relationships as the only relationships that have value. And you cannot be surprised if people start leaving you out. Because one thing these low maintenance friends or friendships don't say is that they're the ones that get easily forgotten and easily left behind. If you're a low maintenance friend, breaking news, nobody's remembering you. You're forgotten. Nobody's gonna go out of their way to keep you in the loop. So it's not that, oh, these girls are moving funny. No, you just have not invested enough to reap certain benefits. So being a low maintenance friend is not a brag, and being a high maintenance friend shouldn't be seen as doing too much. Anything that is important to you will require effort. If a man says he likes you, but he doesn't show it in actions, is he a serious person? No. Same thing when it comes to friendships. Your actions do more than your words, period.
No, I wasn't even gonna go there. I wasn't gonna go there, but true. You know those people who you're so close to and then they get in a relationship and they fall off the face of the earth? Yeah, that's bad. Like, I get it. You're in a relationship and now you want to spend a lot of time with them, but that doesn't mean that now your friends don't exist. Like, it's really about finding that balance, especially between your friends and your significant other, because it shouldn't be like I only hang out with my friends or I hang out with my significant other. Like, you have to find that balance. Please, let's find that balance, please. I feel like the terms are just myths we've made up at the end of the day, and we need to normalize just being friends and focusing on pouring into people that are pouring into us. Like, it's really that simple. I feel like we didn't have to make it into terms of low maintenance or high maintenance friendships. Like, just pour into people that are pouring into us. When I started watching YouTube videos to research for this one, I was honestly really surprised with what I found. Instead of finding so many videos about how when we don't have friends, we should find third spaces or communities, get involved, and we should try to fix the problem of being lonely, I found a lot of videos that were like, oh, this is why I don't have any friends and this is why it's okay. Being content with yourself, just all by yourself, is a really hard thing, but I don't feel like it's the best option that we have. Having no friends is a thing that happens, and I get it, and it's very unfortunate, but not necessarily okay or good. Like, it's not something that should be glamorized. Like, let's all make a trend of not having friends. Like, no one's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? A research article called Friendship Importance Around the World Links to Cultural Factors, Health, and Well-Being states There's a reliable link between social support and mental and physical health across the lifespan, and one important source of support is our friends. Friends provide us with a strong sense of companionship, mitigate feelings of loneliness, and contribute to our self-esteem and life satisfaction. This is my problem with low maintenance friendships being an excuse for neglect in their friendships. We've somehow shifted from valuing these really deep, meaningful connections to now just normalizing surface level connections that are distant or even can become non-existent. But the truth is, humans aren't meant to be isolated. Of course, life gets busy and not every friendship requires constant check-ins. But there's a difference between giving people grace and allowing relationships to become one-sided or transactional. When we stop prioritizing friendships and start treating them as optional luxuries instead of essential connections, we set ourselves up for loneliness and burnout. And let's be real, most of us wouldn't accept this in a romantic relationship, so why are we accepting this from friendships? The issue isn't if something is low maintenance or high maintenance. It's really about if the friendship is reciprocal, if it's fulfilling. And if not, then maybe it's time to reevaluate. Friendships don't need daily check-ins, but they do need effort. It's not about the quantity of the interaction, it's about the quality. That means planning time together, planning check-ins, and actually caring. It also means knowing the difference between a busy friend and an unavailable friend. So, how do you know that a friendship is worth maintaining? Ask yourself, are both of us putting in effort or is it one-sided? Does this friendship make me feel valued or neglected? Because real friendships should fill your cup, not drain it.
I wish I knew this in my 20s. It would have saved me a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of overthinking. Pay attention to people's actions. They will answer every single one of your questions, from friendships to relationships to jobs, literally everything. The answer to your question is in people's actions. You want to know why? Because people act in line with their priorities. So if a friend isn't reaching out as much anymore, or a guy is acting weird, it either means you're not a priority or they're not in a position to prioritize you. And I always say, I'm not gonna make someone a priority if I'm merely an option or an afterthought. It's just not gonna happen. And if I knew this sooner, I wouldn't have been such an anxious, angsty, young 20-something. I would have just been like chill, like the chill girl, because I see you, you see me, I see you. It doesn't align.
At the end of the day, friendships are what we make them. Labels like high maintenance and low maintenance can put unnecessary pressure on people. Instead of worrying about what category people fall into, let's worry about being intentional, supportive, and showing up for the people that matter. Thank you so much for watching. If you like that video, make sure you like it. Let me know down below. Let's talk about it. Do you believe in high maintenance and low maintenance friendships? Honestly, I feel like this is one where I could just be so wrong and everyone could be so mad at me. I get it. Sue me. I don't know. I have no idea. But let me know down below. Also, my socials are linked down below, so let me know what topics you'd like to see me cover. And yes, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.